Nice. Today is September 8th, and we had, like, I would say the first really amazing weekend of the flea market this year. So we decided to film a transformative haul. So we're going to be doing a transformation video, but we're going to show you, like, specifically what we got and the, like, rough prices of things, just because this was, like, a really good and unexpected haul. So most of this stuff, everything except one doll, came from one seller. We have seen him set up every week, but I don't see doll stuff.
No.
And I'm pretty sure we bought things from him 2 years ago, our Sad 60s transformation video. I'm almost sure we got some stuff from him then, and that some of these items were reunited together. So it's really cool. But we'll start with, like, the item that we got from someone else. This was the second thing we bought. So she's a 1985 Cabbage Patch girl. We got her for $5. She actually still has her, like, her tag just tucked in there, and she's got her diaper. I don't buy, like, all the Cabbage Patch dolls I see because they're pretty common. There were actually a few boxed today at the flea market from an expensive seller, but she has this really cool outfit. She's in really nice condition, and we only have one other redhead, and yeah, she's just so cute.
And Shelly picked the name Dahlia for her.
Yep.
She has the potato face with the, like, really big nose. It's cute.
So then, everything else we got from this guy. Like I said, he has a lot of, like, toys. He said he specifically deals with action figures, so that's why he wanted to get rid of all this doll stuff. And this was potentially his last weekend at the flea market for the season.
So he was just trying to get rid of it.
And that's what's great about shopping in the fall. So, like, our flea market, people always seem to think, no matter how many times they say it, they're like, you just walk into a flea market and there's dolls and toys and good stuff. It's actually known in the area for being junky, like, people's, like, just crap. But there are people occasionally who have, like, cool things, but it's not always for the right price.
And we go almost every week, but it's, you know, it's a crapshoot. Some weeks we come home like this, which is fill the Jeep, empty the wallet, go home smiling, celebrate with soda. And some weeks as you go, you literally see nothing.
Right, and obviously we don't film the weeks we don't come home with things. Because that would be boring. There wouldn't be anything to show. But, like, there will be times where, like, for a month or 2 months we might not find anything, or it's, like, only a little thing here and there. So this isn't, like, normal. I don't want to sell that as, like, some sort of, like, ideation that if you are looking to thrift, that, like, this is normal, because it's not. Like, you get lucky.
No, I think it's persistence. I mean, just going and looking, because, like, I was actually watching our summer collective haul this afternoon, and Shelly was talking about how the same charity store we go to from time to time, we've gotten a vintage Barbie there who was actually really nice for like $5, but then another day they wanted like almost $10 for a Barbie that's much less valuable.
Yeah, like a 2001 doll in the wrong outfit.
Exactly. And that's the thing, like, you can go and you can see things. And some weeks you see really good stuff for really cheap, and other weeks,
yeah,
nothing.
There were people this year who had, like, Barbies you could still get in the store, and they were asking, like, $20 for them. And I'm not talking, like, in their box. I'm talking, like, stuck inside a plastic bag.
For some reason, they think when they throw it in a plastic bag, it makes it worth more money.
Yeah, today people had Bratz dolls in the wrong clothes for $10 a piece. I mean, there was one in the right outfit, but she was not worth $10 to me, personally. I'm sure on eBay she sells more than that, but, like, flea market currency is different than online currency. So what I turn my nose up at the flea market and say is too expensive might be a good deal online. So just keep that in mind. So the thing that, like, first caught our eye was this play set, which I'm not going to show at this exact second. I saw it on the table. It was a Barbie play set, and I was like, well, he sells toys, so he's probably going to want a lot of money for it. But I noticed he had some piles of, like, loose doll stuff on, like, the end of his table, and I went over to look, and I saw this Star Spangled Colonial Girl doll. I actually got my very first Star Spangled dolls on Mercari this past summer. Sam Adams and the Misses, they were the Liberty Patriots. She's one of the ones that's sold by herself. She's in impeccable condition. Like, her shoes are fused to her feet, but you can peel them off. She has her hair ribbon and everything, and her eyes haven't discolored. These dolls are notorious because they're from the 70s for, like, having the plastics interact and melt and their eyes lose color, and sometimes they just fall apart because that's, like, 1970s dolls for you. It's not just, like, Mattel products. I have Ideal Jody dolls that are, like, in the same boat. She was $2. So we wanted to feel him out on his prices because we saw Ricky from the 60s, 1964 Ricky. And I saw him with the box, and I was like, that might be expensive, because I saw a naked 60s Allen one time at the flea market for $30, which again, like on eBay is probably like reasonable, but not at the flea market. So, Colleen guessed the price.
And he was only $5.
Now, the box is like moldy, and he
still has a stand though. He also has his shorts, but not his shirt. And I think his actual shirt was the shirt I got in the Sad 60s lot.
Yes, we do have his shirt.
I'm almost positive this is the guy that sold us stuff before, so.
So after we paid for these two things, we walked around to see what else there was, bought that Cabbage Patch doll, and then we made a beeline back to this guy's booth. And then this was the place.
This is the best thing we got.
So yeah,
today.
this is bar none. So it's the 1984 Barbie Dream Kitchen. It has every single thing down to the silverware. The apron was the only thing not in this box, but it was in one of the other bags we purchased. This was $10. Something like this online sells for crazy money. Like any kind of playset, it doesn't even have to be like that old. Like early 2000s stuff sells for a lot of money too. And I love kitchens. Like even as a kid, I had multiple kitchens for my Barbies, and we loved doll food. And the 80s is like my favorite decade of Barbie. My favorite playset decade for Barbie is actually probably the 70s, even though they're really cheap because I just love the design. But that is so cool.
I'm obsessed.
And I have like seen that online in my like doll research travels, and I have wanted that. So we paid for that, and then he said, well, you know, I have some other stuff over here. And I had noticed he had like a little cardboard box filled with like I'm not gonna pull it all out, I'll show you close-ups after, but there was like little, like they had like, some had little playset pieces, some had clothes. These are the things we've identified, those are the things we're working on. And there were a few things, like I noticed there were pink and pretty Barbie pieces, golden dream Barbie pieces, what looked like Best Buy fashions, and then some like clearly non-Barbie outfits, but they were interesting. There was
he had this case, which I love the artwork, with two dolls in it, which were her. This is Twirly Curls Barbie.
the Hispanic version.
And this is Erica.
Darcy's friend Erica, made by Kenner.
She is awesome.
Shockingly sells for a lot online. And they were naked in the case with like a little bag of shoes. Then he had two dolls that were all loose on the table next to Ricky and Star Spangled. So this is he's Suzette's boyfriend, Bob, made by Unita. And this is a Tammy doll who is a beautiful specimen.
I mean, she's gorgeous. She even still has like bobby pins. I think might be factory. She's like, wow. She doesn't have her shoes, but we probably have her shoes downstairs because I think they're just regular Tammy sneakers, and we have some white ones.
And my other Tammy, she is from the Oldie Moldy lot, if you remember the dolls that have black mold on them. I love that Tammy, but like she's not in the best condition.
It was this Tammy is like me.
And I had seen her and thought about asking the price of her, but I kind of thought in the back of my head that we were going to come back and buy it, like clear them out. So he said we could have all of those like things that we can review, these bowls, the case with the dolls in it, and then the two separate dolls he said we could have for $20.
And I figured there's probably $20 worth of stuff in there because I could see like pink and pretty Barbies stuff. I could see it, and I was kind of praying that her shirt was in there because that's like the piece we never find, and it was. So I had a feeling there was at least $20 worth of stuff.
Their outfits.
And that he'd given me such a good deal on Ricky and the Star Spangled Doll already that I was like, hey.
Their outfits were both in those bags too, like randomly separated, so it's a good thing to kind of, I wanted to get all of them together instead of buying individual bags.
Yeah, so that worked out while she was talking, going to the ATM to get money.
I only had $10 in my wallet, and they do have
and he threw this in.
Now they charge you to use the ATM. It's like, it used to be a $2 fee, but now it's a $3.50 fee. So like that's like a once or twice during flea market season if I like have to have something around money. So she was talking to him while I was gone, and then when I came back, he was like, you know, I have a bunch of like doll furniture.
$5.
So yeah, I was like, okay, you know what? That's that's a real bargain.
And we even got some of the like dentist accessories.
There's like some nursery pieces in there. A lot of this stuff is like newer Barbie, like from the past 10 or 15 years.
But it's fun.
But it's like cool, like Chelsea furniture. So we spent $42 at his booth. And like that Barbie kitchen alone, like honestly, if I was shopping online, like in that condition, even cheap me would have been like, $42.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was awesome.
This was a great day.
Like I know none of these dolls look really raunchy, but I thought it was like an interesting group, and that it would make for a fun video. So yeah, this isn't organically how we got it. It was all like in different bags and stuff, just because I wanted to know what some of these dolls were, because they're kind of out of what I normally collect. So I want to be able to show you and tell you, and have a look through and kind of get a feel for like what was in there.
Yeah, and so far we've identified a lot of Barbie Best Buy, Barbie Sweet 16. This is actually by this brand, I think it's pronounced Meritus. But it's 80s, and I didn't even know they existed before the 90s.
It has
We have some stuff we
everything
grew up
except
with.
the doll that came with it, her outfit, and the towel.
That's amazing.
It has like the bottle and everything.
That is amazing.
And,
yeah, we got such cool stuff. We got this inflatable living room or kitchen set piece that it might be Barbie affiliated, it might not, but it's vintage and it's cool.
There were some Darcy fashions.
Oh yeah.
There were some like mini mod outfits. Oh, there were Honey Bunch Hill Mattel doll outfits. He had some of those on the table on a different area, but some of their clothes ended up in here. And there is an outfit for my IQ doll who I got in the Ken Suitcase lot 2016. So I like this kind of lot because it's like mostly stuff for the dolls and a few cool dolls, rather than like having like 80 naked dolls, which is fun, don't get me wrong, but like we don't have like the space to like adopt that many scrappy dolls anymore. Like the days of coming home with a suitcase of mostly mangy dolls, like 80 of them are like numbered. Like it's not that we wouldn't, but I think that like I know people love watching those and I love making over that many, but like practically if we see something like that, we're not gonna buy them if we have like 70% of the dolls in there.
Exactly.
Unless it's like super cheap and there's like a few dolls that make it worthwhile. But
yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that'll never happen again, but
most of the big transformations we've done the past 2 years were like dolls that were given to us, not like ones that we went out of our way to buy. So it's, you know, there has to be something really cool in there, or like stuff that we really want. So this was a case of like a lot of cool stuff and a few dolls.
Oh, and there's this that I wanted to buy by itself, but like Shelly, I was kind of hoping we just get it all.
Sunshine Family.
Yeah,
I knew what that was.
I'm just picturing your Aurora doll, your Maleficent doll.
Doing Sunshine Family research for Flickr, and I was looking at that, and then
awesome.
I was on eBay shopping for that.
Of course you were.
Yeah, so this is what we got and what we paid, and I will show you close-ups when I have like the things laid out for like photos.
The kitchen is the best thing.
So I will see you guys in the next clip. So this transformation video is off to a terrible, terrible start. But I thought rather than scrap it all together, maybe this can help you if you have the same problem that I just had. So if you guys keep up with my non-transformation videos, and you might know that we recently got a new cat about a month ago now as I'm filming this, and he's had some issues toileting, and of course, like, you know, he's adjusting. Him and Oliver are still kind of trying to get along, but he's mostly just been like pooping outside the litter box, which is normal when cats are like battling for territory, and he's always like pooped downstairs, and he's peed in the litter box most of the time. But on and off recently, he's peed outside the litter box. So we've been keeping them both downstairs at night where litter boxes are, and that seemed to work. Well, this morning, I let them up. It's all fine. A couple hours pass. I finish my breakfast. I go down the hall to my doll studio. Now, bear in mind, I usually, like, since we haven't had him long, I usually, like, pick things up off the floor. But yesterday I was doing some identification and I had a migraine, so I didn't like pick it all up. So I had the dolls like sitting on top of like they were kind of piled up, and they were on Ricky's box, and there was like, you know, the furniture was like kind of stacked up in one corner, and then, you know, a couple bins of clothes. So I've never had this issue with Andy and Oliver, but for some reason Quasimodo went into the studio and peed on top of the dolls. Like, I was shaking, I was horrified, I was screaming my babies because I love my dolls, and I like this hasn't been an issue since I was a teenager, and we had cats that were like naughty like this. So yeah, that I already cleaned up the floor. Luckily, not all the dolls were affected. My Star Spangled doll was sitting on top of Ricky's box, and Tammy was like elsewhere in the room, and so was the Cabbage Patch doll. But I'll show you the ones that were affected in the sink, and a couple of them were wearing clothes. Ricky's box somehow didn't get peed on, and like my only thought, because when he's peed up here, it's always just been like in the middle of the floor. He likes to pee on the hard floor, whether it's like by the door or in my studio, is like that these dolls don't smell like us, they smell like someone else, and cats can be weird like that, because like why would he go out of his way to pee at a very awkward angle on some dolls? And he's been to the vet like recently because he was neutered, so it's like not a health issue, this is like a behavioral thing. So obviously I went into panic mode, and the first thing I did was like move everything that wasn't affected out of the way. Then I put the contaminated dolls into a container, and somehow, like I said, Ricky's box was unaffected, but like it wasn't something we were going to keep anyway, so it wouldn't have been a big deal because it's like it has like mold damage on it. And then I got the dolls soaking, and then I cleaned up the floor. Now, I have tried enzyme cleaners in the past for cat urine because like I've bought things before that like someone else's cat has peed on. So, and like years ago we had like a cat that would pee in containers of doll clothes. So I have cleaned this up before. Luckily this was like fresh. Like if you find it and it's fresh, you're probably gonna get rid of the odor a lot faster than if like the urea has time to like seep in. And like peeing on the dolls was like the worst case scenario because they have hair, they have like heads that come off. So I'll show you what I soaked them in. I'm just keeping it real. This is just life, and sometimes this happens when you get like a cat, and like obviously you can't like punish your cat, like they don't know any better. He knew I was upset because I sounded hysterical, like not at him but like about the situation, and he seems happy, so I'm just kind of mind blown. So I just think their smell offended him. So I'm going to show you. So these are the affected dolls. We have Erica, who's Darcy's friend. We have Ricky, who got the brunt of it, which I guess is a good thing because even though he's the oldest doll here, he is all plastic. Poor Twirly Curls Hispanic Barbie and Suzette's boyfriend Bob. And luckily it wasn't on Bob's head where his like eyes are. So what I use, and I know you can buy enzyme cleaners, they don't work for me. This is how I clean, like if they have accidents on the carpet, like if they miss the litter box or something. So I use OxyClean. This is my bay. You can see how much I've used from this big container. I also use borax, and then I'll put some of my homemade laundry detergent in there, which it's in a big bucket downstairs, but that's made with borax, washing soda, and bar soap. And I've done tests. I have an odor remover test on my channel from many years ago, and I tried like factory laundry detergent, my laundry detergent, and some other things. So that actually works really well at like odor removing. And then I put some dish soap in there because like just a little squirt of it, and some vinegar. And then I put them in warm water. I know like sometimes they say warm water helps set in scents. But in my experience, like cold water doesn't break up whatever is soiling them enough, and I'm not like throwing them in a dryer and baking the smell in. So I did that. And I also just like, I didn't even care at that point about the clothes bleeding because I was like in such a panic mode. I took the clothes off the dolls, but they were all just soaking together. So now I have remade that same mixture with the clothes again. And I'm about to rinse the dolls and kind of check their smell, scrub them down, and see if they need to soak again. Ricky might, because like I said, he got the brunt of it, but luckily he's hard plastic and not rubber. This is a disaster of epic proportions. So you could see I was smelling the dolls as I was about to start washing them. I wanted to really make sure that like the odor was gone, because now is the time to treat it, because cat pee is a pretty aggressive smell. Like honestly, it is my least favorite smell in the entire world, and I think if you've ever had cats that like peed or you've ever been over someone's house that smells like cat pee, then you know what I mean. Like it's just a really like awful smell. And because I have OCD tendencies, I sometimes just think I smell it when I don't. So this is really important to me. At this stage, I was washing them like I normally would. I was using dish soap and following that up with baking soda and using a toothbrush to really scrub it in. Despite their age, I wouldn't say these dolls were really that grubby. And I'm also using a magic eraser just to double check on Ricky, because these vintage dolls really hold a lot of grub. But you don't want to put that anywhere near their face paint, because it can take off paint, because a magic eraser is basically a kind of like sands. It's a very, very fine sandpaper, basically. And luckily, the only one who needed a second treatment after the fact was Twirly Curls Barbie. I'll talk about that more later, but that's because her hair touched the puddle of pee. And at this stage, I was washing their hair each twice with dish soap, like I normally would, because they all were passing the smell test, except Twirly Curls. You'll see me pull her out of the sink a few times and like put her up by my face out of frame, because I could smell a really, really faint whiff of something. I did let her dry entirely, just to make sure that it wasn't my imagination, but it was a very faint smell. I even put baking soda in her hair during the wash to help. You can do that. It's fine. It works if like their hair has something gritty in it, or they're just kind of extra smelly. But after cleaning their hair and all of that, they definitely just smelled old. Like the different manufacturers, if you've smelled like 80s Barbies or 60s Barbies smell like crayons. That's for the most part what they smelled like, which was a relief. Only Twirly Curls had a very faint odor left over. And then, of course, we couldn't forget Miss Cabby. I always clean their faces first with baking soda and dish soap, and sometimes I'll check it with a magic eraser, avoiding the painted areas, because she was going to go into the wash after this for her body. But I like to clean the plastic parts first before they go into the washing machine, so that way I don't get them wet again. So you can wash Cabbage Patch dolls in the machine. It's best to put them in a pillowcase or like a garment bag to protect their face paint, and you just throw it in with other laundry. You can use hot water if you really want to disinfect. I'll throw some laundry sanitizer in usually, and I'm really glad I washed her this day, because literally 2 days later we had a major plumbing issue and I couldn't wash clothes at home for several days after that, and it would have really sucked having this cool Cabbage Patch doll and having her stay dirty. So it was good timing to clean these dolls. It was just a really bad week. The cat peed on things, and then there were household issues, and then we had to take the guinea pig to the vet that following Tuesday. And once I got Miss Cabby in the machine, I set out to detangle the other dolls with conditioner, with a fine tooth comb and a wide tooth comb, while their boil wash water was heating up in the kettle. The Star Spangled dolls, at least both of the ones I have little wires in their hair. If you're familiar with like the quick curl dolls from the 70s, it's the same kinds of very tiny, tiny wires to help hold styles in. So that's why her hair looks crazy, and it's very difficult, therefore, to boil wash them, because the wires don't smooth out in the boil wash. You can actually flat iron over this kind of wire, though. I've done it with my deluxe quick curl Barbies, but I didn't need to flat iron her hair because the rest of it was fine. And of course they needed to be boil washed. I was a little concerned that this would exacerbate any cat pee odor, but it didn't. only trolley curls, like I said, needed to be washed again. And I did not want to make the same mistake I made with Mego Farrah Fawcett. That's why Darcy is sitting outside the bowl. I decided to dunk her when the water cooled off a bit because I wasn't sure about this hair fiber. Some of the Mego dolls, their hair actually like shrinks, and I don't mean like it balls up like a knuckle on it. It shrinks like up in their head, and therefore it gets ruined. So I don't think hers was going to do that, but I wasn't going to take any chances, and it really didn't look that bad. So lesson learned. Even someone like me makes mistakes from time to time. And here I'm soaking the plastic accessories with some dish soap and baking soda in some warm water. I had to do like all of this before an appointment on the day that I filmed these clips, so I was kind of in a rush for time. And I pre-sorted all of the laundry. Older clothes tend to bleed more, so you can see I have a bunch of different little bins, and I had put OxyClean and detergent in each container ahead of time. I just went right for the OxyClean because some of these were dingy from age, and then I let them soak for a little while. And I used cold water and color catchers. And then I scrubbed all of the plastic stuff with just dish soap because it wasn't that dirty. Only one piece was pretty grubby. I didn't want to soak this stuff because it wasn't necessary, and then I just put it on a towel to air dry after. At this stage, the laundry was done, so it was time to let this Cabbage Patch doll air dry. Her head got waterlogged, and you could see that there was a plastic plate, so the water wouldn't drain out on its own, so I had to remove this in order for it to air dry. And then I made a mad dash to rinse all of the laundry before I headed out to my appointment and hang it to air dry. I usually use warm water to rinse just to break up any detergent. And there were a couple things that needed to be soaked later on again, which you'll see. But for the most part, this one soak for about a half hour worked. And the next day, after the clothes dried, I got the ones that were still kind of dingy and stained, soaking with some more OxyClean. And that little bowl was for some other plastic pieces. So that Barbie Dream Kitchen's pieces looked really clean, but I always like to err on the side of caution, so that's what was in that little ceramic bowl because there were tiny spoons and stuff, so I didn't just want to dump all of these in with the other plastic things. And I also didn't want to soak these stickers because some of them were already peeling up. So what I did to clean these is I just took some isopropyl alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and I used a rag to wipe them down. I did have to use a Q-tip to get up in like the hollow points. And then I just took some super glue and I used a toothpick to kind of smooth the labels that were peeling up back down. This helps so they don't peel off fully in the future. You can also like try to tape them down, but I find that the glue works a little bit better. It requires a little more patience. And then I just let them dry for a little while before I photographed everything and put it away. These are all the clothes we got. There were a couple pieces that were obviously like really cheapy clone items that I just put in my little donate bag, but there was only like 4 or 5 of those. A lot of these are like Sweet 16 ones made by Mattel or Best Buy. This is Tressie's original outfit. This is Cindy's original outfit. This is I think the oldest one. This is Togetherness. Pink and Pretty Barbie's outfit, which I've needed this shirt for a long time. Neither of my dolls have theirs. Sensational Malibu Ken. That's Sun Lovin' Barbie's backpack. We have some Mego Darcy fashions, Blue Angel and Mellow Yellow. We have this Showman Flying Wheels outfit, 2 Golden Dream Barbies outfits, a Jordache one. This is a Sergio Valente shirt. This is Misty's outfit. It's missing the like bra and panties, but she's got her 2 little jacket things. More Barbie and Sweet 16 pieces. I believe this is a Maddie Mod outfit. A Mego outfit. And then this is Farrah Fawcett's outfit. We have these Honey Hill Bunch outfits, and I actually have IQ, who does not have hers, so that's awesome. This goes to a Meritus Nursery that's in this lot. This is Malibu PJ. Someone just changed the hooks to the snaps, but you can see where the hook was. It's really cool. This is a Drum Majorette fashion by Shillman, I think. Some pieces, I don't know what they are. So overall, it was a really good haul. So these are all the random furniture bits we got. We got this Chelsea classroom school. It's got the desks, a chalkboard, a swing, a slide, the cafeteria. Then this was the newborn baby doctor Barbie, part of that set. This is a puff and play living room set. We have a You Can Be Anything dentist Barbie, chair and sink. Sister's Wave Ride, Stacy's jet ski, a Chelsea vegetable garden, and lemonade stand. This is a Stacy pet set, and also a Stacy basketball, and just like a random grocery cart. And this Barbie I Can Be Gymnast Chelsea and Barbie, I don't know, trapeze. And then that chair goes to a Stacy doll and a newborn pup's Pepe. So this is the dream kitchen all assembled. Everything was there, all the pieces. Very cool. So this is the little like table thing that folds out, and it goes in this little slot. And it's so cute. This is like a little Lazy Susan. And like slide this out and you can see the little Lazy Susan in there. Then this is for the garbage. We have the dishwasher. We have this really cute fridge and freezer. Well, fridge. And then the oven. And all of the decals are in pretty good shape. I did have to glue a few of them back down, but this is super cute. And these are all the plastic accessories that we got. So this bag is everything that went to the dream kitchen. Then we have parts of the Sunshine Family Crafts store, this 1982 Meritus baby nursery set. These are pieces to the Star Traveler, as well as some of these like plates and cups. There's shoes. There was Pink and Pretty Barbie shoes in here, Twirly Curls Barbie shoes. Erica, Darcy's friend, had her shoes. There's a couple pieces to the Chelsea vegetable garden. That dentist set, there were the small accessories to that, and those are the nursery accessories. So some really good stuff. So not only did we get some cool dolls in this lot, but some of my old dolls got their outfits. We have Honey Bunch Hill IQ. I call her Sue Young. I got her outfit. I got her in the Ken Suitcase lot years ago. We have 1970 Malibu PJ. I got her in the 70s bin in 2012 on New Year's Day. My dad got it for me at the flea market, so she finally has her outfit. She's a really nice doll. It is modified. It's supposed to have like a hook thing, but someone put snaps, but I spent a long time comparing it. It's definitely the right one. Then we have Tressie. I got her in 2021 at a local consignment store for a few dollars, and I actually didn't realize I had her dress already, but it was cut, so that's probably why I didn't recognize it. We have Cindy by Marks. I knew this dress was special, and I couldn't for the life of me think of what it was, and then I saw Cindy stand in the lot, and I'm like, let me look into Cindy. I got her with some Star Dolls in 2019. I'm really excited to have something for her to wear, because at least I had a Tressie fashion pack for her to wear before. And then we have my childhood Pink and Pretty Barbie, who was missing her pink shirt. Neither of my Pink and Pretty dolls had them. I got her at the Salvation Army when I was like 12, so 2003-ish. and she finally has like her whole outfit. We even got like the shoes and not all the little pieces, but it's cool having so many things. And here are the new dolls after their baths. I'm sorry I didn't get before footage because of what happened with cat pee, but I can introduce you to all of them. So we have the lovely Dahlia from 1985. She had her shoes, her tag, and everything. We only have one other redhead, so it's really cool having her. She does have some cabby pox, but that's fine. She did not get peed on, so she was fortunate. Then we have Suzette's boyfriend, Bob. I'm not sure if they were sold in their fashion packs or if they were only sold in swimsuits. It's really hard to find information on them, but he's by the brand Unida, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. But I have seen this outfit. It's definitely his. There's like special buttons on Unida clothes, but I don't know that it was sold on him originally. Then we have Miss Twirly Curls Hispanic. So she was the only one that had to get washed a second time because there was a very faint whiff of cat pee on her hair, but it's all gone now. I soaked her for a few hours in OxiClean and then washed and conditioned her hair again, and her whole outfit was in the bin. She even had her shoes. My other Twirly Curls Hispanic I got boxed for like $9, but this lady is almost just as nice. Her face paint just isn't quite as vibrant. And then we have the beautiful Tammy, who was spared from getting peed on because she was in a different location. She's more platinum than my other one from the Oldie Moldies lot, and I was so annoyed when I realized several years ago that at one point I had one of these outfits, but I must have donated it thinking it wasn't anything important, like many years ago. So it's cool that she has hers, and her face paint is wonderful. We have Star Spangled Colonial Girl. I really love her. I love these dolls. They're so cool. They're like Sunshine Family molds. They do have wires in their hair to hold hairstyles. That's why it looks a little weird. But she's in really nice condition. Their outfits are really cheaply made though, so just from undressing her, because of the way her plastic sticks, it's not quite as nice as it was when I got her, but she even has her shoes. We have poor Ricky, who got the brunt of being peed on, but he smells just like crayons, which is what dolls from this era by Mattel smell like. And we reunited him with his exact jacket because we got this from, I'm pretty sure, the same seller back in 2021 from the Sad 60s lot. So look at the luck there. And he's in really stellar condition for his age. And of course we have Darcy's friend Erica, who even had her shoes. I put them away, but she had her shoes and some of her bracelets. Some of those are from a Darcy fashion pack, but she's pretty cool. She kind of reminds me of a Mego doll because of her interesting size. I guess these dolls didn't sell well, but collectors like them because they're good quality. So these are all of the beautiful dollies. I'm sorry that this went a little bit differently and I didn't film like tons of stuff, but it's just been like absolutely crazy. It's been like one of those weeks. So I hope you enjoy what I did film, and you can check out these dolls on my Flickr. They'll all be pictured. You don't need a Flickr to view them, and until next time, love your dolls, love yourself, and love your life.